The coastline of Maine is littered with Lighthouse's lonely towers perched at the edge of the world, braving storms and saving ships. Most of them are automated now, but not all. One lighthouse, far up the rocky cliffs of Halberd Point, still relied on a manual keeper. Bet Place Remote, crumbling, and surrounded by fog, was officially decommissioned years ago. But it had one occupant. His name was Robert Ashcroft. Robert wasn't your average man. A former Navy radio operator in his 60s. He had retreated from society after his wife and daughter were killed in a house fire that no one could explain. Insurance fraud, arson, a ritual gone wrong. No one ever found out. Robert stopped speaking to people, sold everything, and vanished. 5 years later, strange broadcasts began bleeding into maritime radio channels along the northern coast. Creepy recordings, whispered phrases, a voice repeating coordinates that led nowhere. Coast Guards brushed it off as pirate radio interference. But then a fishing vessel recorded something disturbing. It was 2 a.m. when the trawler, the Red Pennants, picked up an emergency distress call. The voice on the radio begged for help not for himself, but for the children in the water. The captain logged the coordinates: 44.31 north, 68.4, 2 west just off Halberd Point. When they arrived at the spot, the sea was still, moonlight cutting through the fog. There were no children, only a sunken rowboat, barely visible beneath the surface, its wooden edge scarred with claw marks on the inside. That was when the Coast Guard finally decided to investigate the source of the signal. They reached the Halberd Point lighthouse 2 days later. The tower stood crooked and battered, its white paint peeled to gray. Vines climbed the base. Birds circled the cracked lantern room above. They found food, supplies, logs, and a cot in the corner. The walls were covered in newspaper clippings, every one of them about missing children. From Maine, Connecticut, Vermont, over 40 names, dates spanning decades. In red ink, someone had circled each one and written the words, "She calls at night." Robert Ashcroft was not there, but the radio was still on, playing something on a loop, a child's voice. "Come see the light. Come see the lights." Then silence. Then again. No trace of Robert was ever found. Until now. This story comes from a man named Elliot Burnser, paranormal investigator with a minor YouTube following, who traveled to Halberd Point in late October 2022. Elliot was known for debunking ghost stories and poking fun at old legends. But the tone of his final video was different. Serious. Obsessed. The footage begins with drone shots of the lighthouse, then cuts to Elliot exploring the interior. Pause. His narration is dry, methodical, but halfway through, something changes. He finds the same room, same clippings, same old generator. But he hears something through the headphones, breathing, soft, shallow, rhythmic. But when he bitter tap, it's gone. He keeps filming. Upstairs, the lantern room is shattered, the light non-functional, but the camera catches something stranger. Pile of ash in the corner, shaped like a human body curled into fetal position. Next to it, an old Navy dog tag Ashcroft. And then the radio clicks on by itself. Please help them, the voice says. Bare in the sea, they're cold, and I can't find them. Be then screaming. Not one scream. Dozens. Children. The video cuts to black when Elliot's subscribers didn't hear from him for 2 weeks. They alerted the authorities. The Coast Guard returned. They found his van parked outside the cliff. Drone and camera gear were missing. Inside the lighthouse, there was only one new thing. A child's drawing pinned to the wall. Stick figures holding hands. One figure had no head. At the bottom, scrawled in crayon, "Thank you, Mr. Robert." Elliot was never found. His YouTube channel was deleted 48 hours later. Some believe by family. Others say it was taken down by something else.